checking in with you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification. I do daily videos, so you'll get notified of when those go up, because they do go up at different times. I know I look bad. Today is another long work day for me. On Mondays, I usually work about 11 to 12 hours a day. So what I've decided I'm going to do tonight is make some meatloaf. And the problem that I have is I don't have any Parmesan cheese, nor do I have any regular pork rinds that I was going to use as my filler. But I do have barbecue ones, and these, they do have like minute traces of sugar in them, but not enough to register. So I'm going to use just a few of these, just to hold things together. So I know it's not going to be ideal with that barbecue sauce, but barbecue flavor. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get that started up, and I'm not going to do that on camera because it can be quite loud. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay guys, I went ahead and got those ground up, as you can see. So that's all I'm going to use in it. I'm going to go ahead and do a bell pepper. Probably only going to use about half of this. And onion that I had left over. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Again, I'm not a chef. I don't pretend to be one. I don't play one on TV. So please do not mind the way that I cut. I promise I will not cut myself. Okay guys, so I went ahead and positioned the camera differently here so I can start to do this. So I'm afraid you're not going to be able to see it if I keep moving it. So let me just turn it up a little bit. Okay. Maybe it's not a good idea to have put the camera on my cutting board. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this other half of the bell pepper that I have, and I'm going to cut it up because it's been in the refrigerator for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and cut it up and then stick it in the freezer, actually, because bell pepper actually freezes very well in the freezer. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that really quick. And I just noticed that there is a hole in the bottom of this one. That's pretty interesting. Okay, let's cut around it. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what that is. Have you ever seen anything like that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. It's fine on the inside. So I'm just cutting that up, and I'm going to put this in a bag to freeze. Sorry, the camera just moved all over the place because this knife is extremely dull. So, ugh. Do y'all make noises when you cook? I always do, and I get made fun of for it. I'm just cutting these roughly in bigger pieces just because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them yet. So if I decide that I want to do some Mexican chicken or something like that, they're still in big enough pieces to where I can still do that and they won't disintegrate. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in a bag really quick. Okay, so I got those in, and I'll put those in the freezer when I get done, so my bell pepper won't go bad. Now, for this, I'm going to need to cut these in small pieces because this is what's actually going in the meatloaf. Whoops, sorry. I don't know if y'all ever had the problem either. Whenever I usually do green pepper, I sometimes have trouble with it cooking all the way through in my meatloaf. So I don't know if you all have that issue, or if you even put, green pepper in your meatloaf. Back in the day when I used to make it, I used to put like a whole jar of salsa in it, and that was so good in meatloaf. But you can't really do that now because some of the salsa has quite a lot of sugar in it. So I'm not going to do that, so I'll be making my own. Sorry, I know this takes a while. I'm just going to go ahead and chop this up off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the green pepper chopped up, and I'm not going to put very much of that onion in there. I know I had like a big, huge piece of it, but I'm not going to put a whole lot in it because onion is quite high in carbs. So I'm just going to do this little piece that I have, and that's just because it needs some onion. Anything you cook really does need onion. It sucks that it's kind of higher in carbs. Seems like it's the things that, you know, have the most flavor. Is what's the highest, so I don't know. But I'm just going to cut this up really small. And I know y'all are probably just as afraid of me cutting myself as I'm afraid of me cutting myself, but I haven't done it yet, so I don't plan on it anytime soon either, so we'll just go with that. Okay, anyway, so I got the onion cut up. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my bowl. It's not anything perfect, but nothing I do is perfect, right? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my bowl. Now I've finished doing all my chopping, so I'm going to go ahead and take this cutting board away, and that way my mat won't be moving no more. Okay, y'all, I just went ahead and got my beef out of the microwave, and I just put it in there and went and washed my hands. So what I'm going to do now is I have a can of tomato sauce, and this tomato sauce has 3 grams of carbs per 1/4 of a cup, and there's about 3.5 cups, so you're probably looking at about, what, 10 carbs total for this, maybe. But, you know, it's going to be split with me and my husband, and, you know, I'm doing 1 meal a day today, so it'll be fine. But anyway, I'm just going to put my tomato sauce in. And in that, I just have my pork rinds, the tomatoes, the green pepper, the onion. Also have an egg that I'm adding to that. Oops, hope I didn't get no shell in there. If I did, it will be okay. Granted, I hope I don't get it. And now the seasonings that I do, pretty standard. You guys know my standards. But anyway, salt, loads of salt. Hamburger meat needs loads of salt. I'm going to put some black pepper. I really need to get me one of those professional grinders, because this one I got for this little thing of pepper just does not work sometimes. Plus, like when you turn it, it pushes all the peppercorns up into the grinder, so you end up missing it. But anyway, black pepper. We love our black pepper. Okay, and a little bit of onion powder. A little bit of ground sage. I'm telling you, this is what really makes your meatloaf. Just some ground sage. It gives it that really earthy feeling, and it kind of separates it from tasting just like a hamburger patty or something. Crushed red pepper. We do like it kind of spicy. Okay, I have some garlic powder. I also have, let's see, I have some parsley. And I love parsley. I mean, we use parsley in everything. And I really think the more herbs you use in your food, the better off it tastes. So, that. And I think I need some herbs de Providence. Let me get that. I didn't get that out yet. Whoops. Some savory. Okay. Don't need no basil. There we go. My mom bought me a little spice rack. Guess I don't use herbs de Providence because it ain't open yet. Savory. I use savory. And I think this just has a mixture of some herbs in it. But anyway, my mom bought me a spice rack for Christmas one year. And I just went through and just used all kinds of those seasonings. And sometimes I don't know what they are, and sometimes I do. So I'm going to go ahead really quick, and I'm going to show you this on camera. It'll be alright. My hands are washed. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up everything. Some of my ground beef was just a little bit frozen there. So I'll go ahead and mix this up, and I'm going to put it in my pan. I do have the reduced sugar Heinz ketchup that I'll put on top. But I'm not going to do that until the end because my husband does not like ketchup. So I have to have it on mine. That's one of the reasons that I just go ahead and do the tomato sauce inside the meatloaf. So it still has the meatloaf flavor. And guys, I'm really hoping that these pork rinds work. So say a little prayer for me, because I know they're the barbecue ones. So I just don't want my meatloaf to be too wet. And I can't believe I don't have no Parmesan cheese and stuff. So I might be looking at a sloppy mess here. But we'll see once it all cooks. It's feeling pretty wet, to be honest. So okay. So I've got everything pretty well incorporated. Yeah. Okay, and I've already got my oven preheating, and I put it on 375. Let me go ahead and wash these hands really quick. I'll be right back, so be silent. Not doing like a major wash of my hands because I want to have to pat it down anyway. So I got my pan, and I used my parchment paper. And I'm just going to dump my mixture into that and set my bowl aside. And then I'm just going to kind of form it into a thinner, and I've noticed if you go thinner with it, it cooks quicker than if it's thicker. So I do try to spread mine out. But I use parchment paper because it usually will stick like if I use foil. So I don't want it to do that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put just some ketchup on top of it just to give it that flavor. So give me just a second. Okay, so I am back with my ketchup. And it is again the Heinz reduced sugar. Said I was just going to put it on half of it, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on all. And I'm not putting like a huge bunch on it, but just like enough. And I got my knife here from where I did my peppers, so I'm just going to spread it a little bit. Nothing perfect, but just because I want to try to get it covered a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this into my oven. Again, it is at 375 degrees. It looks really, really good, so very excited about it. I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys up here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and I'm going to let it cook for about 35, maybe to 45 minutes. I'm going to check on it in 30 minutes just to see how it's going. I'm going to make a side item with it too. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I do have cauliflower in there that really needs to be cooked. But I don't know if I feel like doing all that, to be honest with you. If I have any green beans, I may just open up some green beans and be done. But anyway, guys, this has been so long. It's been a 15-minute video on how to make meatloaf. Yeah, so anyway, I will be back and I'll see you guys on the other side. Guys, I'm back. So my meatloaf just came out of the oven. And it looks absolutely delicious. I don't know if it's picking it up very well. And yes, it is 2 big pieces because it is a 1 meal a day. So I need to make sure I get my calories and everything. And sorry, my husband's putting some dishes in the sink back there. So I did do that. And then also I decided to make green beans. And in my green beans, I just did some bacon in there for some added fat. So that's going to be my dinner today. And I'm going to go ahead and call this video because God knows nobody needs me to talk any longer about meatloaf and green beans because, yeah, 15-minute video on how to make green meatloaf. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much again for joining me on another What I Eat in a Day. I will see you guys later. Take care. Keto on. Hey y'all, it's Lindrika. Thanks for stopping in and sharing in my journey. Click the video on the left for more of my story. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.